question. Who put the tarp down and when?
We did it like at the very, very beginning, because initially it was just a tiny like droplet drip through the lighting of the recessed lights. And we laid the tarp down across the carpet and put out buckets. And then as the water flow obviously evolved and became stronger, that's when the ceiling started to crack and eventually separate.
It's still there, right?
As far as I know, I haven't looked in. I'm like treating that room as quarantine. I haven't looked inside.
As you should.
My husband called back and was like, it's getting worse. So that's when I went back and we just took 99% of her belongings out of the room. And luckily we were able to get it out in time, but it was like continuing to crack and separate as we're in the room. So we're like racing the clock. I'm like, let's get it all out.
Yeah. Your mom's intuition is always right. Go with your gut feeling. Like, I was able to put all the engineer controls and protocols together. Your house is predated 1973, which is very close to the 1980 rule of thumb when OSHA kicks in. You haven't even been in your house a year. And I know it's got to be a little devastating to have a dream home, spend the money you spent, and then not even be unpacked and have this catastrophe happen, and then find out on top of it, you know, you have asbestos. What made you move in the actions that you did prior to knowing all of this?
I just really value like safety and health. That's something I prioritize for everyone in the home. And I kind of just went into action mode without even thinking twice. I just felt like it was important to salvage what we could. And I felt like having a baby, obviously many items are very precious and irreplaceable. So I just wanted to get all of those things out of what could have been and now we know has become a catastrophe. So that was kind of the mindset behind it.
I mean, putting the tarp down, anticipating the, you know, what it looked like on, you know, the ceiling, and then the paper pulling apart and then eventually falling.
I think a lot of people kind of just like sit back and are like, oh, what can we do aftermath? But I think in situations like this, you have to be proactive rather than reactive. And I wasn't willing to like take any chances, and my mindset was just better safe than sorry.
Listen, I'm still here even after the asbestos portion is addressed, as far as, you know, conversations or how we're going to proceed to live with our house, knowing that we know what we know now, if there's any future renovations, those sorts of things.
And what's interesting too, when we moved in, simply because of the date, I was that person that was like, we're doing the test for the lead-based paint. We're doing like there was some microbial growth down by our sump pump, and I was like, we're doing all the mildew, the mold, we had an environmental company come out then and test air quality. And so when this came along, as you can imagine, and you know from our conversations, I'm like, we're not playing around. Knowing what we know about the drywall compound now, how is this work done without creating like future, I guess, release into the environment?
Yeah. So there are multiple steps of engineer controls that we go. One, we have to put it under containment before we disturb it. Then it goes under negative pressure. Then the guys go through a decon to come in and out, so nothing can get in or out. Everything is under negative pressure. It goes through a HEPA filter, and then it has an exhaust outside, because we need to circulate that air every 15 minutes. Okay, so 4 times an hour it has to exchange based on the volume of the air that we put under the containment. This is part of the reason why we don't want anyone in the home, because I have to turn off the HVAC system. I don't want any stack pressure like opening windows or opening shutting doors, because it can throw the manometer off, which regulates the negative pressure, right? So there's 3 processes already in place. Then you have the decon, which is 4. Then you have the people that are actually doing the physical work. They are suited up, and we use a mist, wet methods they call it, but it's literally a mist that heavy weight to a light particle to pull it out of the air, because we're doing above work and we don't want it falling in our faces either, right? So we want to bring it down. So the walls and floors will be covered twice with plastic. That first layer, we call it the dirty layer. And then once we get all that affected building material out, We then close down one and that gets tossed out, and then we clean the next layer. You'll see it when it comes through to you. It's like the first 3 pages of controls.
Okay.
It'll seem excessive, but it's not.
No, it's necessary. No,
Yes.
not at all. Do we have a choice in like when we work with a contractor in selecting a compound, like you said, that would not have asbestos in it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know of a material right now in Home Depot or Lowe's that has asbestos, and I've gone through because I know that caulk has it. Like it has an ingredient, it says asbestos. Back in the day, it was sold as an additive. So they would
Okay.
pour the fibers in the compound and mix it. So it was kind of like an upsell because it was fire deterrent, it was water resistant, strong, it's a good bond. You're in good hands. I treat every property as if it was my family or my own.
Thank you.
Yep, and we will get you back to normal.
I debriefed our conversation with my husband. He was like, "Oh, so like it wasn't bad that I went in and bagged." And I was like, "No, no, that's not what I'm saying. She still would have preferred that everything was unbothered and untouched." And he was trying to reiterate like it wasn't a bad thing that I did that. I'm like, rule of thumb, just let it be. Don't bother the environment. Thank you so much.
You're
Take
welcome.
care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
This is a learning experience. Real people, real stories, real outcomes. Stay tuned.